So today, our talk about our podcast in the trap of Pod Tepето, Under the Hill, is related to an exhibition, the National Photographic Exhibitions in Plovdiv. This year there are a lot of international guests, and we will talk with one of them, who is Jakub Sobol, who is from Denmark. He has a long career with a lot of projects and is part of Magnum Photos, which is a very famous and prestigious group of photographers around the world. And he will present his work in Kapana gallery. And he's here with us to tell us something about his projects, his work in the years, everything that he has done. It's very intimate in a way. You reach, I think it's obvious that it's families. A lot of pictures are inside their homes. They're very most intimate places, sometimes beds, things like that. Mm-hmm. Of course, there are different projects. I'm focusing just on one of the things, but I will start with this because I think this is, for me at least, the most touched me most. Like these pictures of people sleeping or kissing or hugging. Mm-hmm. But how do you reach these people? Like you have to spend a lot of time with them to get their trust, and it's not just go there and take a photo of somebody.
No, but I think it challenges the way we perceive photography, or the way we look at photography, because your reaction is normal. This is very intimate. People are kissing. They are in their bed. These intimate situations. But if you think about our lives, there's nothing unusual about it. It's normal. It's what we do. We kiss. We give birth. We live. We fall in love. We die. All these things. It's part of every person's normal life. And my pictures are not, they do not go beyond that. They actually very close to life and how life is. It's just because we are used to look at photography as with a distance. It's something that exists over there that has nothing to do with us. But that's not the case. It has everything to do with us. Mm-hmm. So when you look at my pictures, I want you to see your own life. I want you to see your own grief and happiness, life and death. So that's why, for me, it's normal.
Yeah, it's perfectly normal. But in some way, like as you said, we are used to take photography as something like there is some sort of barrier, something that separates us from these people.
But that's what creates all the cliches.
Yes, exactly.
That's what, as you say, we are used to looking at something that is maybe exotic or is different from our own lives. It's a story about a place somewhere, or it's a special event or something. Mm-hmm. But in my case, it's very close to my own daily life as well. Like many of these projects is places I have been living. Yes. I'm photographing my own family. Mm-hmm. And that is, of course, to show, okay, I've been photographing families around the world. And even I try to create closeness. It is not my own family, but this is also a way to show that, yes, I have been this person all the time. And now you see my own family here. Mm-hmm. It's my own son's birth. It's the birth of my son. It's not a random woman giving birth somewhere else in the world. Yes. It's my son Isaac, and he's smiling as he comes out, you know? It's actually the name Isaac means the one that smiles.
Yes.
So that's also why we gave him this name. The first thing he does to look at his mother and smile. Very intimate picture,
Yes.
but also very normal. It's not an unusual situation.
Of course,
Everyone has been there.
Yes.
Everyone came from their mother's womb.
Mm-hmm.
So this is what everything is about. Is this life and the connection with the people we are close to and our surroundings. It's all there in that picture.
I am thinking when looking at this picture about like all the pictures are like in the same time intimate, but in the same time in 2023 everybody is taking pictures of everything, and a lot of people are sharing these things online, etc. And all these phones that we have better and better cameras, etc. In the same time, this very intimate photo is very like there is this noise, nothing is so perfect. Do you think that this is something that could touch people? Like you don't have to be so. A good photo is not supposed to be. I think a lot of people nowadays don't understand this about photography, that it shouldn't be super perfect with the perfect lighting and everything.
But
there is more to the picture than just the technical stuff.
Yes, the technical things about a camera I can teach you in 30 seconds.
Yes.
Okay. So if becoming a photographer is about the technical things, everyone can learn it in a couple of minutes.
It's like just the craft.
Yeah. So what I did because I quickly found out I don't have any education as a photographer as well. So I took some courses, but it was on. They were not about technical things. They were about how do I try to connect my own emotional life with the pictures I create. That is what. So a lot of things at university here and other countries, it becomes very practical and how do you say, about technique and as you say, what does the perfect picture look like?
Yes.
But it doesn't exist.
Yes.
The perfect picture. It doesn't exist. And then you talk about now everyone can take picture with their mobile phones. So it's very up to date now that we have this. But we have to remember there's a difference between very private pictures and very personal pictures. Very private pictures is the one everyone take with their mobile at home of their kids and family and so on. It's beautiful, but it's something that usually can only be used in a private sphere because we don't know this, we have no relation.
Yes.
But when you make a picture personal, as this one, or all in this exhibition, it's about creating an image that can also be used as a mirror for the one who is looking at it. So it means that when you look at a private picture of a boy eating pasta, some random person took, maybe you don't connect with him or that situation. But my ambition has always been to make personal pictures that even they are about my own life, they also reflect the person who is looking at them. Do you understand my point?
Yes. There must be something to touch you.
Yes. Yes. It cannot only be the birth of my son. Yes. It also has to be the birth of your son. Okay?
Yes.
In a way.
Yeah. Like just topic. I was thinking about something else. Like you have lived in a number of places. What is the motive to move? Like, is it more something personal outside of art photography, or like you have done, or the other side, or maybe it could be something very different, but the other side is you have done enough in, for example, your words, I have done enough in Greenland, I can't make something original anymore here,
no,
and I must go somewhere else.
It has nothing to do with photography, nothing. it has to do with this and falling in love with a woman or a place or a way of living. As I also show in my there are picture project called Home from Copenhagen, and you see it has the same intimate relation. So it's not, you don't need to travel to take pictures.
Yes.
You can also take pictures of your neighbors. They are here, my neighbors, and the people I'm surrounded with in Denmark. But if you ask specifically why did I go to those places and why did I live there, because I was in Greenland, I was in love with Sabine. It's my first pictures. The pictures are all about her. So it was in Tokyo as well. It was also a love story. In some of the other locations, it has been there has been other reasons to be there and to live there. But it has never been about photography. Of course, I take pictures, but I take pictures anywhere I am. So I live my life, and I have this. It's a small pocket camera I use. That's also why I say the technical things. It doesn't really matter. Of course, I take things a bit to the extreme because people need to understand it. I have a small pocket camera. It fits in my pocket. I don't have it here now. Okay? Yes. It fits in my pocket. I take it up and I take a picture. I put it on program because why make it more complicated than it is? Yes. It's about the people. It's about your relation to the people you're photographing. It's not about your camera. It's not about what the camera you're using or what technique or so on. So we need to take all that away. Put it away. Yes. It's not photography. It's life.
And do you think that this gives at least some difference, like especially for these types of photography that very close to the person and very intimate? That there is a difference between big camera that you show into people's faces and when there is just a small thing that you
of course
just click.
But there's a difference between people, right?
Yeah.
It's not like all photographers are the same because they use a camera. It's just a tool. So if you want to show I'm a photographer, here I come. You see them at openings. They come to an opening and they have a camera on each shoulder to show it's their identity. Of course, if that's what you do, then you are a photographer and that's your main thing. But we talk way too much about what kind of photographers we are, because it's not, for me, not in this talk, but in general. That's good, huh? I forgot your question now.
Yeah, about the big cameras and how people are modern photographers are.
Yeah, so let photographers be photographers, and then.
Yeah, I can think you can do art with any type of recording device.
It could be video, or it could be painting, or it could be something else. It doesn't matter. If you tell about life and your own relation to life and the world, that's what we need.
And I was thinking from the previous question that we talked about your traveling, that I think this is the better way to do the things. Like there are some artists that are driven by the art itself, like I must go there and do this, I must achieve these results, etc., etc. But if your life and your emotions come first and then comes the art, is the better way. Like you went somewhere because you love this place or you love this person, etc. And then the emotions that connect you with this create art, not the other way around.
Yeah. You have the answer. He's good. He's good. You should be you're an artist yourself. Can I interview you? So you're welcome to the podcast here, and you talk about how some people focus a lot on the equipment, and others talk more about their inner life and how they connect to the. What do you actually think about this?
Well, I think that, yeah, exactly. You can do art with anything, and it's not that important. You have to reach some level of craftsmanship, but after that, it's not that important. You can do good art with anything, and a lot of people are focusing on that. How big camera they have, how big canvas they can paint, or how magnificent their theater could be, but actually it could be very shallow.
Yeah.
So, thank you. You're doing well.
Some of the things we talk about, it seems very obvious, right? I mean, it should be obvious. Unfortunately,
it should, but it's not.
But it's not.
Yeah.
So I tell you, when I've been in 1,000 places to show exhibitions or to talk. Many of the questions from the audience is always about what camera do you use, or why do you shoot black and white, and stuff like this. You can ask me still. Why do you shoot black and white? But let's move beyond that, right? That's my point. So. It's about feeling. What does it feel like to be in that situation? What does it feel like to look at the person you love the most, to look her in the eyes, and to show her that you mean it? That's the intensity we get from her. She's bound to this person, right? The intensity in her eyes is like, I love this person with everything I have. I'm also scared. When you love, you're also scared.
Yes.
You're scared of losing this feeling. And that's what I remember when I look at that picture. That's what it reminds me of. And so it is with all the pictures. When Onse and Axel were kissing, she's 100 years old. He's 90 years old. They were in love. Imagine to be 100 years old and to be in love. It just tells us that some emotions, they always exist in us. They will always exist. If you fall in love with a flower or in the person next to you. And they wanted this picture. I brought them other pictures that other photographers would bring, because of course sometimes I also get insecure. You can only create this kind of pictures if you have doubts yourself. If you are sure about something, 100% sure about something, you cannot make these kind of pictures. You need to feel what it's like to have doubts about yourself, about your life, about your love. You can also ask something. If you have something...
Do you have questions? Okay. So we are running out of time, so...
Already?
Yeah. Thank you very much about this talk. It was super interesting. And good luck with the exhibition and...
thank you so much.
Your next travels.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, and
thank you.
See you at the opening.
See you at the opening, yeah.
Thank you also, and see you next Friday.